babes, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashlyn. I'm the founder of Studio Sola Luna, the online embodied movement studio, and today I'm going to be taking you through how to walk in heels. I feel like there are so many heels tutorials and routines online, but sometimes we get ahead of ourselves and we start learning choreography and we start learning fancier moves before we get the foundations of how to simply walk in our heels, because if you cannot walk in your heels, you cannot dance in your heels. It's really the base of everything that we do is how to walk in a heel and the presence that you have while doing it, okay? So today I'm going to be taking you through 2 specific types of heels walks, as well as various technique tips and how to present yourself when you are wearing a heel. Because when we wear a heel in dancing, we physically elevate ourselves and we energetically elevate ourselves. So we have to match our energy to the presence that standing in a heel, that dancing in a heel has. We have to up-level our confidence, we have to up-level how we feel in our body, and all of those things has to pour through into our dancing, and I will give you a couple ways that I do that for myself, okay? So if you're ready, grab some heels and we will get started. So the first thing that I want to talk to you about is the attitude that you have when you put on a heel, okay? So when we put on a heel, like I said, it elevates us, okay? So we have to match our attitude to that. So this is different depending on the type of song that you're doing or the choreography that you're doing. Is it sad? Is it sexy? Is it confident? Is it really intense? All of those things you will want to match your energy to that. But you always want to have this confident attitude unless the choreography is calling for something different, unless it's calling for a specific character that is really sad and shy and coy. You really want to have this confidence, this presence about you, okay? So how do we achieve this attitude through our body language? So the first thing that we want to do is make sure that our posture is on point. And really this means that we are lifted, our chest is lifted, our shoulders are rolled back, our chin is slightly up. We don't want to be here, we don't want to be here. We want to be just right in the middle. And you just have this like confidence about you. And that comes a lot from the shoulders, yes? So as you can see, I have a natural arch in my spine, but when you pull the chest forward, it's going to arch your back a little bit, and that looks really nice and sexy. You don't want to over-arch, you don't want to overextend the spine, and especially if you have lower back issues, please be careful and always, always, always keep your core engaged. But when your chest comes forward, it immediately lifts everything, shoulders roll back, and you're just really tall and lifted, okay? So that is your posture, and that affects your attitude. And then the second, probably most important thing is your eyes. Your eyes tell a story, right? So your eyes are going to be telling the audience if you've forgotten the choreography, if you just messed up, if you don't know what's going on. All of those things can also be portrayed, but what we want to portray through our eyes is confidence, is self-assurance, is knowing what's coming next in the routine, is knowing that we are going to be on balance and that we are truly like embodying this routine, or we are embodying whatever move that we are doing, and we're really connected to the music. That's all told through the eyes. So if you're looking down at the ground, that's an immediate sign of not being confident, of not knowing what you're doing. And for me, that was a really bad habit that I had to break. And then also, if your eyes are kind of darting around and you're not picking a specific point, it's going to be really hard for you to stay on balance, especially, and also to perform to the best of your ability. So where your eyes are looking is important. And you can be playful with the eyes. You can play around with looking over here and then looking over here, or looking at someone in the audience, or looking down and then looking back up. But all those things need to be intentional. And if anything else, especially if you have a mirror in front of you, make sure that you are just looking at yourself in the mirror and really picking a direct focus, okay? After all of those things are taken care of, we can start moving in our heels. So one thing that I want to go over before we start walking is a bevel, okay? And what a bevel is, we come to this position all the time in our heels, okay? But our heels are together, our toes are apart, and we have one knee bent across the other. So just practice this, switching the hips. So with me, I'll come a little bit forward so you can see. We just switch it back and forth, and back and forth. And we're still in our posture here, but we're just rotating the legs and the hips and the feet, okay? So we usually almost always start a walk in this bevel position. It's just really strong and stable and helps us to prep into our walk. So the first walk that we are going to do is what we call a slow and sexy walk. So the two walks that we're going to go over today are a slow and sexy walk and a runway walk. There are so many variations of walks, but these are complete opposites, and I feel like they're really foundational to most heels routines. So when we start a slow and sexy walk, first of all, the name of it just gives us the attitude that we need, right? So we want to be kind of in that sensual energy. Our eyes are maybe a little bit like, you know, closed a little bit, like we have that like sensual gaze going on. Our body language is showing that we are in this vibe, whatever the music is. So we're in this bevel position, and when we go for a slow and sexy walk, I'm going to show it to you and then we will do it together. But everything is really like into the body. Your thighs are touching, everything's really close to the body, and you want to make sure that you're taking your time. This is a slow walk. So when I'm walking slowly, my toe is dragging on the ground and I'm really taking my time. It's like a teasing walk. Definitely a very burlesque walk, if you've taken any of my burlesque classes. So this is, we start in our bevel position. We step forward with that right foot. We're stepping forward. As we step forward, we bring that heel and we drag the toe. So this is different than a runway walk where we actually pick up the feet, we lift the knees a little bit. This is very slow and connected to the ground. So we step, our foot is a little bit turned out, and we drag the heel behind. Your core has to be really engaged. Step, drag. Step, drag, step, drag, step, drag. Okay, now the key to heeled walks is you always have a little bit of a cross. So you're always crossing the feet just a little bit, and you're going diagonal, 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 okay? So we're in our bevel position, and we'll just do the feet, and then we'll add a little bit more attitude and arms, okay? So 5, 6, 7, and slow, 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 slow. Yes, you're really dragging those feet and you're allowing the hip to settle, settle, settle. This is very similar to like a Latin walk if you've done ballroom before, where you settle into the hip. You allow that hip to sink out to the side. So again, 5, 6, 7, and slow, 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 slow. Yes. Now if you want to add arms, just be really mindful that it's a slow and sexy walk, so you want your hands to be slow and sexy. You don't want to be like flailing about. Yes, you want to match your upper body to your lower body. So I might put my hands on my hips, I might put my hands in my hair, I might take them up the body. Yes, you can do so much and really play around with that. So this time, just kind of adding some arms here, start to really get into the vibe, okay? So 5, 6, 7, and we walk, 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 and walk. Yes, amazing job. So that is your slow and sexy walk. You can really just practice this as many times as you need to start to feel it into your body, to start to get the attitude that comes with it. It's a mood, right? You want to think about getting into the mood of the character that does this slow and sexy walk, and allow yourself to just feel it and make it your own, but staying with those foundational core aspects, okay? So that is your slow and sexy walk. Now our second walk is our runway walk. So I will demonstrate this walk to you and we will do it together, okay? 5, 6, 7, and walk, 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 walk. Yes, so you can see there is a difference, okay? My legs, I'm picking them up. Yes, it's more bouncy, there's more attitude, and I'm really like, I'm on the runway, America's Next Top Model, the whole shebang. We are living our best life on the runway. So The difference in this walk and the slow and sexy walk, you're still crossing your feet, but you're picking up the feet instead of dragging them. So I pick it up, cross, cross, cross. It's almost like it's coming towards my butt a little bit. It's not going all the way, but cross, lift, lift, lift. Yes, I lift it, lift it, lift it, lift it. So you're lifting the foot. And you've got like a little bit more bounce, a little bit more like swag, okay? So I just put my hands on my hips because it feels really good and very runway-esque. So we'll start in our bevel position and we will walk towards the front, thinking about speeding it up a little bit, lifting those feet, and really focusing on our presence and our confidence, okay? So 5, 6, 7, and walk, 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 walk. Yes, so let's do it together in our bevel position. 5, 6, 7, and walk, 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 walk. Yes, amazing job. Let's do it just like that one more time. Really thinking about that focus. Who are you looking at? Where are you going? Your energy, your presence, all super important. But lifting those feet, sinking into that hip. It's a very quick hip, but it's still there. Yes. And the cross of the feet. Okay? 5, 6, 7, and walk, 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 walk. My loves, now you officially know how to walk in a heel and you know some of the foundational tips and the technique of walking in a heel. Most of it is engaging your core and your posture and all those things. But then when you walk in a heel, you want to make sure that whichever one that you're doing, whether it's the slow and sexy walk or the runway walk, that you're either dragging the feet or picking up the feet. And always having that cross, whichever one you're doing. The runway walk cross is a little bit smaller because it is quicker. Always remember that when you speed movements up, you have to make everything smaller, right? You can't do them as big as you would if you're doing the slow and sexy cross. You don't have time for that. You wanna make sure that you're keeping everything small the more that the music speeds up. So that's the difference between the two. Definitely practice these moves on your own. The only way that they're going to feel good and you're going to feel confident in your body is if you really work on these two different walks and start playing around with different timings and maybe walking to one side and then walking to the other and then practice walking back. Like all of those things you can start to learn as you advance your walk and as you start to feel just more confident in walking in heels, because it's a completely different experience. For me, I wasn't a big heel wearer before I started dancing in heels, and it's an adjustment and your body has to take time to figure out what's going on. So give yourself some grace, and I know that you can do it. I believe in you 1000%. If you like this video, definitely give it a like below and subscribe to my channel. That way you never miss a class from Studio Soleil Luna. And also check out the 7-day free trial of the Studio Soleil Luna membership below in the description. If you like this class and you really want to start building your confidence in dancing and advance more in styles such as heels, burlesque, Latin, or even yoga, definitely check out that membership below. It is completely risk-free to try it and see how it feels in your body. I love you, babes, to the moon and back, and I will see you on the dance floor or the yoga mat very soon.
Maybe just a better kind of bitter.